Hey guys, I am live. Everybody's like, when are you going live? And I'm like, I'm trying to get live. Come join me. My kitchen's a mess. Look at that mess in the background. I was playing with the recipe last night and I haven't cleaned all of the things up. I still see some measuring spoons there. Oh well. So I'm giving you guys a minute to join me, to find me. And yeah, like I said, I was playing with a recipe yesterday. Y'all are going to love that new recipe I was playing with. And I also have vanilla sugar. It's not sugar, it's vanilla erythritol, vanilla erythritol blend that I had played with too. So you'll see that behind me as well. So yeah, I've got lots of stuff behind me. But I don't know about you guys, but I went to the grocery store, I don't know, a week or so ago and stood in the meat department and went, holy crap. Yeah, like that's what I did. Holy crap. And so, interestingly, even before inflation, people would complain that eating keto was hard, that it was expensive, and it was more expensive than eating like a carbivore. And I say a carbivore with much love and affection. Okay, there are friends. Oh, and by the way, if you can share this video, hey Stephanie, if you can share this video in the group, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate that. So, hey Terry in Ohio, so many folks are finding me, yay! But anyway, I wanted to show you this because, like I said, it was stressing me out to be in the grocery store and thinking about just what people are being asked to spend on groceries. And interestingly, my daughter's been away at school and my son's been away at school. Jonathan is in a public residential high school and they have food plans. So they haven't been with us. So pretty much it's just been feeding me and David. Hey, Kristen Parker. But the day that I was in the grocery store, and I mean, I'm not kidding, it hurt my heart. Like I just went and sat in the car and like, I'm not going to cry about this. That it hurt my heart so bad when I saw the prices on the food. And I've been shopping, I've been creating recipes for years. And so I'm aware of what things cost. Same store, that even the sale prices were higher than what I was used to doing. So anyway, I went to the store this morning. I wanted to take you guys on a little bit of a tour of what I did that I was able to save some money. And some of these are obvious things that you're going to be aware of. But so I posted in my Facebook group, I got in sales circulars on Wednesday. So our newspaper has kind of the three of the major grocery stores from the area that sell circulars. There's a Food Lion. I know a lot of you are not in North Carolina, but there's a Food Lion, there's a Harris Teeter, which I talk about my Harris Teeter all the time. I love my Harris Teeter because they have a bacon bar. But anyway, so there's the Harris Teeter, there's the Food Lion, and then there's Aldi's. Most of you have heard of Aldi's, and there's a Lowe's Foods, but they don't usually put sales papers in there. Move my chair. So anyway, I had in the Harris Teeter sales paper, there was a $20 off a $100 purchase. And one of you reminded me that I could go to Food Lion with that $20 off a $100 purchase and they would accept it. So that, even if you have like Winco or Heb or other store Publix, things that we don't have here, if you find a store coupon like that, see if the other store will honor it. Okay, so there's my first little hot tip. Just because it's a coupon for Fresh Market or wherever, you may be able to take it to a different store. And that's what I did this morning. I walked into my Food Lion and I said, hey y'all, I have this coupon for Harris Teeter. Will you take it? And they said yes. And manager was super nice. I was friendly. They were awesome. So I had $100 to spend, right? And I wanted to focus on meats. And that is something else I shared in my post in my Facebook group. When I'm shopping these days, I focus on where I can find the best meat prices. And so I knew from looking at the sales circular and another tip in there, make sure you look at the sales circular before you go to the store. But from looking at that, I knew that they had ground beef, 80/20 ground beef on sale for $2.99 a pound. And I knew they had pork tenderloin on sale for like $1.99 a pound. We love pork tenderloin. David can smoke it. I can marinate it, throw it in the oven. Like there's so many ways to do pork tenderloin. So anything for me right now, and this is my local prices, I have anything I can find around 350 a pound or so, then I'm deciding that I'm going to incorporate that protein into our meals. So let me show you what I did. I already had gotten, when it was on sale last week, a head of cauliflower for $2.99. So I knew I had cauliflower to use this week. They had avocados for 99 cents. So I got two 99-cent avocados, and I got a head of iceberg lettuce, right? So iceberg, I know some of you are like, it doesn't have a lot of nutrition. I can fix a big salad and I can put cheese and bacon on that salad, and Jonathan Sullivan will eat it up. It's one of the few sides that he will eat. And so for 99 cents, that will make salads for the three of us for at least 3 meals, at least. And oftentimes that salad will be our side, one side. So that's the other thing that you can do to cut down on those costs. Let me show you. I do have some splurges, and I'll explain why I did those splurges in a minute. But I went through and I went to the meat department first, trying to grab all this so I can show you. And I went to the ground beef. Now, this is a third tip, right? So one, check the sales before you go. Two, if there are coupons for one store, see if you can use them at another store. There's the second one. And, oh, and by the way, if you don't get sales circulars at your house, like if you don't get them in the mail or in your newspaper, then go online. Every store I know, every store has an app or they have online shopping. And that is a fabulous way. Go to online shopping, put your cart together, and then you're going to know exactly how much you're going to spend. Okay, so I went into Food Lion, and my goal was to buy $2.99 ground beef, 80/20 ground beef. Y'all, they had 93% on clearance, and this is marked down. This is 93% lean, so I'm going to end up with more protein, right, when it's cooked. It was on sale for $3.65 a pound, or it was on the clearance markdown, right? See my markdown? Now, what I love about this, the date on it is June 11th, so I need to use it. But I can make a double batch of cookout chili and freeze it. I can make taco soup, right? And freeze it. I don't like to freeze raw ground beef because I think the texture's weird. Sorry, I keep getting that light in your eyes. I think the texture's weird when you thaw it, but I will cook this. I can season it with taco. I can make taco soup. But anyway, so I did get the markdown meat. So that was, somebody do the math for me. Is Kristen Parker still on? Somebody did the math for me. I spent $4.24 on one pack of the ground beef and $3.09 on the other pack of ground beef. So I ended up with about 2 pounds of 93% lean ground beef. I also wanted to get the pork tenderloin I mentioned because it was $1.99 a pound. So I got this. See my 2 pork tenderloins? I got those. And it ended up being 2 1/3 pounds. Now, let's be real. If Jonathan Sullivan is hungry, he will eat an entire pork tenderloin all by himself. If he's not, I can get dinner for me, David, Jonathan, and then maybe 2 leftover lunches, one for me, one for David. But anyway, so $4.66. I'm spending $4.66 for that. So let's add that to the ground beef. So somebody tell me, are you adding this up for me? So this alone, the 2 pounds of ground beef and the pork tenderloin, like I said, is going to give me several meals. Then, that was shopping what was on sale. Then I wanted to get some Italian sausage because I'm making a recipe with Italian sausage. Well, y'all, I have photos. I took photographs of it because obviously I don't have stuff I didn't buy. But ground pork was on sale for $2.50 a pound. $2.50 a pound for ground pork. So I was really excited. Hey, Lance, like I said, somebody get a calculator and add this up for me. I'll show you my receipt, what I did at the end. I think I've got the receipt around here somewhere. But anyway, so I bought, instead of buying Italian sausage, because here's the thing, the Italian sausage was like $5, $5.69 for 12 ounces. This is a pound for $2.50. I can put my own seasonings in it because that $5 for 12 ounces had corn syrup in it. Had corn syrup, and it had 2 or 3 grams of carbs. This is what I paid attention to. That one package had 2 grams of carbs, one had 3 for 12 grams of protein. So when you look at the carb protein on there, this one has 1 gram of carb for 20 grams of protein. Yeah. So I bought 2 of those. So 2 pounds of the ground pork. I can make meatloaf. My family loves meatloaf. So between that ground beef and that meatloaf, so I've spent another 5 pounds. Essentially, at this point, I have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've gotten about 5 1/3 pounds of protein, and I have spent um, about $20. So that's an average of like $4 a pound. That's not bad. I also found this, and I love this. This is $2.50. It's a seasoned ground pork. It's I don't can't tell. It's a pound. Yeah, is it a pound? I think it's a pound. Anyway, and it's reduced, but it's got a sell-by date of June 17th. So I don't even have to make this right away. But this was $2.57. So let's add that. I think I'm at like, we'll say $23. We'll just round up. So $23. And at this point, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pounds of meat. Not too shabby, is it? But I'm not done. Beef is one of those things that the prices have been the highest on. I've been able to find chicken for around $1.99. And so I really did get beef. I found, again, this was going early, $5.32 for this. And this is ribs, boneless chuck ribs. The sell by date is June 14th. So I'm talking to you on June 11th. So I still have 3 days. It's not like I have to cook all of this. So I'm going to put my barbecue sauce on these and put these in the oven. And this is going to make a nice meal for us. $5.32 for a pound and a half. We should be able to get 6 meals out of this, maybe 5. I don't know. Well, again, depends on how hungry Jonathan is. But there I go. There's another pound and a half of meat, and I spent $5. So the math, y'all. Somebody, I hope somebody's doing the math for me. I don't see any comments. I'm seeing love, but I don't see any comments. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. Okay, last ground beef, or excuse me, last beef purchase. And let me see if I can turn my camera around. They've moved things. Here it is on the live. So look at this, y'all. This is uh, this is beef sirloin filet, and whoop, can you see it? Um, it is $5.69 a pound. This was one of my splurges. But the beef sirloin filet, I'm going to cut these up. See these little steaks? I'm going to cut these up and marinate them. I've got that wonderful marinade, the beef kebab marinade is growing up keto. My family loves it. And so let me shove this out of the way. So this is what I've got so far. I've spent, that's $15. This is, like I said, that was my splurge. I've got the ribs. I've got 3 pounds essentially of ground pork. That was $2.50 a pound, which is awesome. I got my pork tenderloin, right? I can't wait to get David to grill. And then I've got my 2 packages of 93% lean ground beef. And the date on this is the 11th. I've got a coupon, and my coupon says, good. Jennifer says, thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer's doing the math. I've spent $45 at this point. So I spent $45, and I'm like, well, that's not going to be enough because I want to use my $20 off 100, right? Um, so then I was in the meat department, and Jonathan loves these guys. This is Canadian bacon. So it was $4. Again, not a great deal, but I got that. I also got, suddenly, Jonathan likes country ham, $4. So I got that. So 45 plus 4, and I got 2 packs of country ham. And that is so awesome for breakfast, or we can do dinner for breakfast, and I can do the country ham. Country ham is awesome protein. One serving has 15 grams, and this says that a serving is 2 ounces. And I can put it with some eggs and cheese and get a ton of protein. So I needed to get to $100 to use my $20 off coupon. So I'm in the meat department. I saw that these were on sale. This is the Natural Choice pepperoni. And I'm making a recipe that I'm going to be, so I needed the Italian sausage that I'm going to use as like a pizza-ish kind of thing. So these were $2.50. Okay, those are $2.50 on sale. So I got 2 of those because they'll last forever. I mean, the date they'll last forever. They may last longer than I do. Let's see if there's a date on here. And they don't have to be refrigerated, which is kind of nice too. All right, move my bags out of the way, y'all. Then I went through the cheese department, and the cheeses were $2.50 each, right? So I got that. So let's add that in there. That's another $5. I got 2. And I compared the prices between this, which is 8 ounces, and the bag cheese, which is 8 ounces. And in this particular case today, it was the same. So I didn't save money by doing the shred your own, but I should have. I should have. And a couple things I actually put away without thinking about it. Oh, and I don't know, Jennifer, if you got the avocado, if you added the avocado and the lettuce in there. But I also got cheese whisk. Again, these were not cheap. Good gosh, $8.99, but I needed them for a recipe. So I got those to use for a recipe. So that was $8.99. Again, I was trying to get to 100. And I went through the spices, and there's a Hispanic section, and they had lime juice. The last time I bought lime juice, I paid close to $4 for it. $1.79. This is $1.79. How cool is that? So I was like, lime juice. I like to use this in marinades. And since we're getting close to we're in summer and we're going to be grilling a lot more, I decided to get this for my marinades. Jennifer says we're $84. Okay. Then I was like, mustard's on sale. Also with mustard, my husband will do a pork butt, and he covers it in mustard. So he will go through it. He'll use so much mustard. So this was on sale. I want to say it was around $2. I don't remember that one, to be quite honest. But again, I wanted to get to 100 so I could use my coupon. I don't have it with me because I did put it away, but I bought a huge jug of vinegar. White vinegar was on sale. I mean, it's a huge, like it may be a 2-gallon jug. It's giant. I put it in the bottom of the cart because it was so heavy. And that was about $5, $5 or $6. It was on sale, but it was a huge jug because we use that in laundry and cleaning. So anyway, so I got a huge jug of vinegar. Again, it won't go bad, right? And then I got, Jennifer says I'm at $88, so I'm obviously missing something. More cheese. I had 2 more things of cheese, so add $5 to more cheese. Sorry, and don't forget the vinegar. And then they had pickle salsa. Have you ever heard of pickle salsa? And it was on a closeout. I'm a sucker for that. And again, I was trying to get to $100, so add this $3 for Mount Olive medium heat pickle salsa. It just sounded like David. So I got that. And then I also, again, I was with the condiments. They had the mayonnaise on sale. Y'all, this stuff is like used to be $3.69. It was like close to 5. It was on sale for about $5, like 4 something, about $5. And so I obviously got other things, and I don't know what it was now because I thought I had left everything on the table. But anyway, my total, Jennifer says we're at $96. My total ended up being like $111. Okay. I'm obviously forgetting something, or maybe I remembered a price wrong. I did not get dairy. Oh, I know what I got. Cherries. They're in the fridge. I got a big bag of cherries so that I can make extract. I want to make cherry extract. So that must be the other thing. I don't remember how much that was. But anyway, it was $111. So I spent $90. I spent, yeah, with tax. Okay, Jennifer, let's put the tax on there and everything. So yeah, that should be it. But I ended up, they took the $20 coupon off. So I spent $90. So I'm not done with you guys yet. Listen to this. I spent $90 and I have all of this protein to build meals with, right? I've got cauliflower there. I've already got onions. I've got peppers. I've got those in the freezer and in the fridge. So I've got plenty of stuff to make my sides for this week. Now I've got my proteins, and this is more protein than we'll probably eat in a week with the 3 of us. But, and that was $90. Let's talk about what I didn't buy. Now, this lady, I'm going to put some of these in the fridge while I'm talking. The manager was a hoot because, I told you, I went in the door and I was like, hey, can I use this coupon? And she's like, yeah. And so she was very friendly. Well, when I was checking out, she saw me and she's like, you're still in here? Yeah, I'm still in here. And because what I did after I got this stuff, I went through the stuff I didn't buy that I would have bought, not keto. Are you ready? Now, John, for Godwin, if you're still on, I'm going to put these meats in the freezer. If you're still on, I need you to do the math for me here, okay? I went through and I looked at the stuff that I would have purchased back before we did keto. Or let's say, I said, David, I can't afford this. We're done. We're eating carbs. What would I have spent? Okay, bagels. Bagels. A package of bagels, large bagels. Yeah, everything's in the fridge. A package of large bagels was $4.25. Large bagels, $4.25. Y'all, a dozen eggs, I didn't buy eggs because I didn't need them. A dozen eggs were $1.79. Okay, so let's say I bought bagels. We're going to say $4.50. I don't remember the exact price. $4.50. Bread. The bread that I normally would have bought was on sale for $3.25. I could not help noticing, because I always bought the kids Oreos, because Oreos make them happy, right? Happy. $4. They were on sale. They were on sale for $4.69. And I'm writing these down in case Jennifer misses. So these are the things I didn't buy. Okay. $4.50 for the bagels. What did I say? $4.69 for the Oreos. Not the eggs. What did I say? Oh, I don't even know what I was saying now. Anyway, the cereal was on sale. The small boxes for $3.50 on sale. Now, I would have bought probably 2 of those. So let's say that would be $7. Chips. The chips were there. When we were eating carbs, I would have bought the Tostito chips. And so they were on sale for, I think, $3.50 each. I would have gotten 2 bags for the kids, another $7, right? So these are the things I did not buy because we're doing low carb or keto. So I didn't buy the bread. I didn't buy the bagels. I didn't buy the Oreos. I didn't buy the Tostitos chips. I bought the eggs instead, or I would have bought the eggs, which was $1.69 for a dozen, or $1.89. I can't remember. It was around $2 for that. Sour cream was on sale for about $1.25 or $1.50, which is awesome. Somebody already saying bread. Yeah, okay, thank you. The loaf bread was $3.25. So what else didn't I buy? I didn't buy granola bars. Do you know how expensive granola bars are? Like I said, I was going through the aisles looking at the stuff going, holy cow. So the granola bars. I didn't buy crackers. In the past, when I would have bought the cheese, so the cheese was $2.50, right? The blocks of cheese. The crackers were $3 and $4. So let's add the crackers for $3 or $4. Let's add the granola bars. They're on sale. They're anywhere from $3.50 to $4 or $4.25, something like that. When walking down the aisle going, I hadn't bought this stuff in a while. I went down the canned food aisle and I was looking at like canned vegetables, things that we don't use anymore. And they were all on sale. For the generic store brand was about $1.25, $1.50 for beans and for hominy and corn and things like that when I went down that aisle. So those are all, again, things that I did not buy that would have been so much more expensive. Salad dressing was $3.69. Again, sour cream is only $1. You can make oil and vinegar. Olive oil was on sale. I did not buy any olive oil, but olive oil was on sale, which again, if I had needed to get to my $100, that would have been a staple kind of thing that I could have put into my cart. But my point is, Jennifer says I'm already at $50. If I had been buying bagels, loaf bread, Oreos, chips, granola bars, I would have easily spent $50 and I would have had no protein. I would have had no protein. So can you imagine how hungry I know, let's think about it. When I was eating bagels and toast and things like that for breakfast, I was hungry every hour or 2 hours. And more than that, I was unhealthy and I was paying more for clothes because I had to buy the plus size clothing. So it's not necessarily cheaper. Eggs, cheese, heavy cream. So let's go back to that. Bagel is $4.50, and then you buy cream cheese, and the cream cheese was $2.99 for a brick of an 8-ounce brick. Okay. Now, yeah, I think, I don't know how many bagels were in there. I think there were only 5 or 6. I can't remember. But like, let's say I could make that a meal for the week. That would be $4.50 plus $3 is $7.50 for bagel and cream cheese. I could have that every day, right? So yeah, $7.50. Eggs, a dozen eggs is, well, we'll round up. We'll say it's $2 because I know that they're getting more expensive. Let's say the eggs is $2. And then let's say that I've got my pound of pork for $2.50 and I make breakfast sausage. I've got a recipe for breakfast sausage in my book, Keto Living Day by Day. I could have that for the same 5 days of breakfast. I could have for about $4.50, $5. I could have eggs and sausage every day and have awesome protein, right? In terms of nutrition, I'm going to get so much, my body's going to get so much more for that $5 than it's going to get for the $7.50 on the bagels and cream cheese. Isn't that crazy? Um, Carly's saying the eggs are more like $3. Even so, it's still going to be less expensive, when you compare. And don't take my word for it. I'm going to challenge you. Go into your store and look at how much does it cost to buy a carton of eggs. Can you get a pound of ground pork? Like I said, it was on sale here for $2.50, which was fantastic. Usually it's around $3.50, $4 or something. But I'm going to challenge you, go into your own store and compare. Like I said, it's what I didn't buy that saved me a ton of money. And somebody's asking me, do I buy keto bread? There is no such thing. There's no such thing. I'm sorry, there's no such thing. They can, I can put a label on me. I can wear a shirt that says a duck. It does not make me a duck. And that's exactly what they try to do with these products. They put the word keto on there. And so this is a family show. So freaking what? So what? It doesn't matter. It is not a healthy option. That keto bread, I actually did see this somewhere and it was like $5 or $6, maybe $7. Maybe I was online because I'm like, how much does this crap cost? People are complaining about food costs and it's like $5, $6, $7 for this garbage, this highly processed crap that some food scientists put together and put keto bread on it. And then you want to use it because that's what you're used to eating. And there is nothing in it. Do not waste your time or your money eating that crap because you know what? If you're going to eat that keto bread stuff, family, if you're going to eat that crap, then just don't even talk to me about it. No, I know that people want to use it because it's convenient, but nutritionally, it gives you absolutely nothing. It's a marketer, it's a food industry trying to put their hands in your pockets. Period. Done. That's it. Okay. Got to get off my high horse. Maybe, yeah. Somebody asked a great question and I missed it. Sorry. Betty, you're right. Betty said if you buy those pizza, I didn't even go down the frozen food aisle, Betty. I should have. If you're buying frozen pizza pockets, pita wraps, things like that, you're going to spend a lot of money. And you're right. I should have gone down that aisle. Kendall says, does it matter whether or not it's grass-fed beef? Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Eric Westman, Dr. Westman and I had a chat about that one day. Sorry, everybody's like, boy, tell us how you feel about that bread, Kristie. Making me cuss up in here. Anyway, grass-fed beef. So we had a conversation, Dr. Eric Westman and I had a conversation about this, and he said, there is okay, we have tested the meat. There are studies that shows that grass-fed beef will have more omega-3s in them, right? More omega-3 oil fats, which is a good thing. But does your body absorb that? Well, we don't know. There hasn't, of which I'm aware, now maybe there's something more recent, but there has not been a study that shows that person A who's eating organic, grass-fed, as Dr. Berry would say, panda massage meat, there's no evidence that that's healthier. Now, often what people will do, if they're eating organic grass-fed beef, they're more conscious of their diet overall, and they're just eating healthier things, period. But there's absolutely no evidence to say that it nutritionally, it's better to do grass-fed. So if you can't purchase grass-fed, if you can't afford that, it's not in your budget, don't worry about it. You saw what I have. I bought from the clearance bin, right? So I'm not worried about whether it's grass fed or not. So thank you. Don't beat up on the person who asked about keto bread. Nobody needs to be beaten up on people. I think I said quite enough. So don't be beaten up on folks about that. Here's the reality. It is a marketer with your hand in your pocket. But here's the other reality. People want a shortcut. Everybody is looking for a short, yeah. They want a magic potion. They want their bagels. They want the convenience of that because if you're cooking, if you're making your own sausage and eggs, you've got a pan to wash, and you got to know how to make that breakfast sausage anyway because it can be really tough and disgusting. So you need a recipe for that, or you need to know how to make it so that your family will eat it and you haven't wasted money buying that thing. So yeah, it is more work. It is more effort. I'm not going to lie about that. It is more work and more effort to do that because your kids can probably fix a bagel themselves, right? But they may not be able to fix themselves eggs and sausage. So it takes a little more planning. It takes more cleaning than when you're doing those kinds of things. So let's not, yeah, don't be throwing stuff at people. And the other thing that happens is people get into these keto groups and everybody's using it. And so they think of it as the norm. They think of it as the absolutely normal thing to do. It's so interesting because we started keto. It'll be 9 years this month, y'all. 9 years ago, we started keto. And the last bread recipe I came up with that everybody loves, it's in my cooking community, Kristie's Best White Bread. Everybody loves that bread. I came up with that recipe, and David loves the cinnamon one. Now, when I make the cinnamon one, he'll eat most of that through the week. In fact, I usually just leave it for him. But what's interesting is it got to the point where he's like, why are you making bread recipes? Like, I don't miss bread. We don't eat it. We ended up, like, after I take food photos, half the time it goes bad and we throw it out. So he's like, why are you even bothering? Like, don't waste your time. And I'm like, we don't miss bread, but there are people who do, and they need this to help them transition, to help them stay in this lifestyle. And so that is why I do have bread recipes. Not that I make them very often at all, but because it does help other people to stay on plan when we have those bread recipes. So yeah, so I do them. Um, there was something I was craving last night so bad. I had not eaten dinner. It was getting late. I had not eaten dinner. And so I just like, yeah, I'm going to go for it. So I made a dessert. And I'll just be honest. So my lunch was an egg life wrap with some turkey and cheese and a little mayonnaise and mustard. That was one of those. And a Greek yogurt with a little bit of nuts in it. So that was my lunch. My breakfast had been part of a frittata, like a serving of a frittata that I had made earlier in the week. So that was breakfast and lunch, and dinner was getting late. And I just had this like thought about a recipe that I wanted to try, and it was a dessert. And so I made it in the microwave, and I had a serving of that for dinner. So I didn't get my protein um, for that meal, but I had gotten higher protein earlier in the day, so I didn't worry too much about it. Michelle says that they're making the deep dish pizza dough right now for cold veggie pizza. I love, so I have a recipe for cold veggie pizza in keto gatherings. I love that recipe. It's an old pampered chef recipe. So you're mixing like cream cheese and stuff and making the base instead of a tomato sauce. And then you have the chopped veggies. But look at the crust I use for that veggie pizza in keto gatherings. It's so good. And I'm sorry, I can't remember what that recipe is. I really can't. Anyway, so should we recap? Like I said, what I bought, what I didn't buy. Um, and guys, if you're suggesting a recipe, you can link to that, but don't, yeah, okay, good. Don't list stuff. Don't type the recipe. Okay, so but let's recap. So one, I went early in the day and I did find some meats on sale. Two, I looked at the sale circulars either through the newspaper or look online to see what's on sale and plan your meals, plan out your week based on that. When you get there, go early so you can find those markdowns. When you get there, start thinking about what you're not buying, right? And the things that you can buy that will be the best prices that give you protein. Build your shopping trips around protein, which is exactly what I did and what I showed you guys. There's more in there that my brain just like short circuited. Yay, thank you, Lance. And I don't, by the way, I don't go to like gas is too expensive. I don't go to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stores. I don't do that. When I go to one that's convenient for me, I tend to oh, Kendall, that's a great question. Hang on a second. I tend to like look at the sales and then I choose. Okay, so this week I'm going to go to Food Lion, or this week I'm going to go to Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter actually has my Kerrygold on sale, so I may end up over there. If I go that direction for something else, I'll probably stop and get some butter because I am running low on that, or I have like only have 2 bricks of it. Kendall said, "What's the best time of day to go?" That it depends. That's always, I laugh because that's always the attorney answer that David gives people. It depends. So what I find with grocery stores, and I understand that this is a privilege. I am privileged to be able to go to the grocery store at different times of day. A lot of people can only go on Saturday and Sunday because they're working full time or they go late at night. So I get this. But in the mornings, if you go around 8:30 or 9 o'clock, that's when I was out this morning, and I hadn't actually timed that on purpose. I like to go early before people get there. But 8:30 or 9 o'clock at nearly every grocery store in my area, they will mark down meats. And that's where I scored a lot of great deals. And remember, some of the things that were marked down, the day was to date. The dates were June 14th, June 21st, some June 22nd. So some of them were a week or two away, which was awesome. So check that, because it wouldn't do me much good to buy 5 pounds of meat that expires today, right? Okay. So, so keep an eye out for that. But they also, a lot of stores will do a second markdown later in the day. So go in the morning, 8:39, something like that, to get those meat prices, and then check back around between 2:30, 3:30, or 3 and 4. Again, it just depends. But check back. They'll mark it down, because what happens is a lot of people don't meal plan. They'll come in at the end of the day after they get off work, and they'll pick up meats and produce. They'll pick up things they need for dinner. And so that's when they'll do the markdown. Like I said, 3:30, 4. Schools are getting out. And that's the other thing. Lots of times moms will go by after they get the kids from school. They'll go by the grocery store. And so that's the other time that they mark down. So usually you have that little window. And again, it depends on your store. But mornings, of course. And I find usually better markdowns on Monday or Tuesday, if you're going to do that. I find better meat markdowns because this is the meat that they had for the weekend and that people didn't buy. So Monday or Tuesdays are good days to do that. Cooking community, folks, I'm writing all this down, and I will put all these tips. They'll be in our cooking community for you guys to be able to read those. I know it's hard sometimes when somebody's just talking. Somebody's like, I don't like to watch videos. Like, I know, I get you. I understand that. So for the cooking community, folks, I'll write this down and put it in there for you guys. But this is what I did. I was so excited that I spent $90, and I have plenty of protein for this week. I also might pull something out of the freezer. I know. Oh, and another thing that I forgot to share with you guys, I am finding, I didn't purchase it today, but I am finding that seafood, maybe because it's summer in North Carolina, but I am finding really good prices on seafood. So remember that too. And Dee Dee just said the expiration date means nothing. You can buy the day it expires. You can, but like I said, 2 things for me, and this is a personal thing. I don't like the texture of ground beef after it's been frozen raw. I'll cook it and freeze it, but I don't like that. So anyway, that's a Kristie thing. I do have the batch cooking in the cooking community that uses ground beef. So you could do one of those recipes, and having the other ingredients, especially like acid tomato-based kinds of things, tends to make the texture okay when it falls. But anyway, so that's one thing. And then the other thing is, I am such a horrible human being. Things go into my freezer and I forget about them. And like I don't know, 8 months later, I'm like, what the heck is this frozen block of something? And it's freezer burnt, and we don't do freezer burnt in my house. So anyway, I the freezer doesn't necessarily save me money unless it's my batch cooking recipes. Now that has saved me a ton of money and time. I love those because I will use those because I have a separate part of the freezer that's dedicated just to those. So anyway, so yeah, I mean, you can throw things in the freezer, but do make sure you're wrapping it properly. I found that when I put things in freezer paper, that's worth every single penny. But also try to, if you're going to throw it in the freezer, be disciplined enough to use it. You guys would be, if I took you out to my garage freezer, Dee Dee, you would die. Like if you came to my house and I took you to my garage freezer, you would be so disappointed in me. You would be, I'm disappointed in me. You would be so disappointed if you came to my house and you saw my freezer. Yeah. Michelle says that she vacuum seals. I have a vacuum sealer, but again, pulling the darn thing out. I used that vacuum when we were making the freezer meal, not freezer, the freeze dried. When we were making the freeze dried meals for Grace for the Appalachian Trail, we pulled out the sealer, the vacuum sealer, and it was wonderful. But again, it's an appliance that's like, over there, and it's David's put it in a high closet, so I have to like, honey, can you get that down for me? So yeah, so I don't use the as much as I should, and also I don't know how to use it very well with the with liquids in it. So, but Dee Dee, what you suggested is not a bad thing. I hope you don't think I was being critical of you at all. I'm saying for me personally, I have to be careful with that darn freezer because things go in and then they will come out. So anyway. I've enjoyed visiting with you guys. We should do this more often. Carly says that she cooks ground beef before she freezes it, and it's a time saver. Absolutely, Carly. That's where I was talking about. Could season it like a taco seasoning, or even a Italian seasoning. Cook it and put it in the freezer. That's a fantastic idea. And meatballs too. So since I've got the ground pork, ooh, you guys gave me some ideas. Since I've got the ground pork and the ground beef, I can make meatballs. And I've done those, I've frozen them raw, and I've also cooked them and then frozen them. And what's really nice when you cook meatballs and then freeze them, you can freeze them in a portion size, like in a Ziploc bag, and they're fantastic. And I should probably do the vacuum sealing, but they're fantastic to pull out if you're going on a trip or you need just a quick meal. If David doesn't have anything for lunch, he can pull those out of the freezer. But the Greek meatballs are like mine and Grace's favorite to freeze. But that calls for ground lamb, and I haven't been able to afford ground lamb. I don't know about you guys, but I haven't been able to afford that in a while. Um, Laura, I can't say your name. Lorelli says that her husband does the vacuum sealing. I don't know how to, I'm sorry if I murdered your name. I was trying to get that right. Kristie, have you shared the dessert you had on Facebook? I have not, Sandra. I will probably share it in the cooking community because it was one of those things that I can't believe I made it and it was good, but it's not ready. It's not, it'll probably share it toward July or August, but it was yummy. I've got a dessert I've got to share with you guys. I posted a picture of it in our Facebook group. So good, so good. But I got to get a good picture. So I've got to get off Facebook and I've got to make, I'll give you a hint. It has chocolate ice cream in it and it is amazing. And I will share that probably tomorrow, but I've got to make it. I don't like to defrost. Rhonda says, do you defrost them in the microwave or after you freeze them? She's talking about meatballs, I'm pretty sure. Um, I do not like to defrost things in the microwave. I'm old school. Like I think the microwave makes it tough. I know, I'm just old. And I think the microwave makes it tough. So I tend to like let things naturally thaw in the refrigerator. I just think the texture is best. It's a safe way to do it in terms of like foodborne illnesses. So anyway, I tend to thaw things in the fridge. I'm weird. I'm yeah, have y'all not figured this out yet? I'm just an oddball. Ooh, Gyro seasoned meat. Sunny Ray, now you're talking. Sunny Ray has the best ideas. And Michelle says that her husband made venison meatball and they froze some. Ooh, I've never cooked with venison. I have tasted it once, like 20 years ago. I tasted venison, but I have never cooked with it. Like nobody in my close family hunts. And yeah, Dee Dee says, I'm with you on defrosting in the microwave. And I'm not judging. I'm not judging. If you defrost in the microwave, like giddy up, thumbs up. It's awesome. I don't because I just, yeah, I don't like the texture. So Carly says that she thaws in cool water in a sealed baggie for a best thaw, for a fast thaw. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Put it in if it's sealed. You can put it in water to help it thaw. I tend to with the freezer, I give myself a couple days. Like I know that I'm not going to pulse most of the time. Now there are some of our batch cooking stuff from the cooking community. Some of our batch cooking, you can put that in the instant pot frozen. You cut the plastic off, or put it in on the stove top. You can do that. But most of the time, if I pull something in the freezer, I know that I'm planning for a couple days ahead because I just do a slow thaw. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I've had a lot of fun. I hope that the budget ideas were helpful. I'm going to continue doing some of these because I am watching. And something I mentioned again in the Facebook group, I haven't mentioned here, know the prices, know what's a good deal. And I think I shared that I had like ooh, that's a good price. Like that's a buy price. And then I'm sorry, I have a, that's a buy price, like stock up, that's a buy price. I have a, that's a good price, like it's okay, I'll buy it because we want it. And then I have, oh, it's Lorelei. Thank you, Lorelei. Sorry, I did not get Lorelei out of that, but thank you for correcting. I appreciate that. But anyway, so I've got okay, that's a buy price. Like that's a great deal. 250 for ground pork. Like I may go back. That's a great price. They only had 2 packages, but anyway, and then there's a good price. Like okay, I want it. I'll get it. It's a good price. And then there's a not today, not today. There's a not today price. And so that's what I've been seeing. And that was so hard for me that day being in the store going, wow, I'm surrounded by not today prices. And what am I going to feed my family? And what are families doing? I mean, families that are struggling, families that have one income, single moms and dads, people who have retired and have a fixed income. Like if I'm stressing about this, and we feel pretty comfortable, if this is stressing me out, what are families going to do? And I have 3 mouths to feed right here. Grace feeding Gracie from a distance. But what about families that are feeding a lot of kids? And so anyway, don't give up. Do the math on the carbs. I don't think it's going to be cheaper for you. And certainly it's not going to be healthy. And I hear insulin. It's really, really expensive. Okay, guys, take care. Much love.